Every market day, the villagers locked their doors before sunset. Nobody fetched water. Nobody went fishing. Nobody dared to go near the forbidden river. For generations, parents warned their children about the spirit that lived inside the dark water. They said the river was cursed. They said anyone who touched it would never remain the same. But there was one girl named Amara. She lived with her cruel stepmother after her father died mysteriously years earlier. The woman hated Amara deeply. Every morning she insulted her. Every night she blamed her for everything wrong inside the house. One evening during market day, heavy rain began falling across the village. The stepmother called Amara angrily. "Go fetch water from the river." Amara froze instantly. Her voice trembled. "Mother, nobody goes there during market day." The woman slapped the table. "Are you refusing me?" Amara stepped backward in fear. The elders said the spirit becomes stronger at night. "I don't care about old stories," the woman shouted. "Go now." The villagers outside overheard the argument. One old man shook his head slowly. "She should not send that child there." Another woman whispered, "The river takes people on market days." But the stepmother ignored everyone. Amara carried the empty clay pot with shaking hands and slowly walked toward the forest. Thunder rolled across the sky. The deeper she walked, the quieter the world became. No birds. No insects. Only the sound of water. When Amara finally reached the forbidden river, she stopped moving. The black water looked completely still, like a mirror. She quickly filled the clay pot. Then she heard a voice. "Amara?" She froze. Nobody stood around her. "Amara?" The voice sounded soft, almost gentle. Slowly, Amara looked into the water. A woman stared back at her from beneath the surface. Not a reflection. A real woman. Her eyes were completely white. Amara screamed and stumbled backward. But suddenly, a powerful wind exploded through the trees. The river rose violently. Black water wrapped around Amara's legs. Then everything became silent. When she returned home, something about her had changed. She stopped talking. She barely blinked. And every morning her hair became longer. Not slowly, unnaturally. By the third day, her hair dragged across the floor. By the fifth day, it reached outside the house. The villagers became terrified. One woman whispered. The river spirit entered her body. At night, strange things began happening around Amara. Dogs cried outside her window. Mirrors cracked. People heard whispering voices coming from her room. Then the death started. A farmer who insulted Amara was found floating in the river the next morning. A child who mocked her suddenly disappeared. The villagers became afraid to even look at her. But her stepmother refused to believe the stories. "She's pretending," the woman shouted. One afternoon she grabbed a knife. "I'll cut this cursed hair myself." The villagers gathered outside the house nervously. Amara sat silently on the floor while her hair moved slowly around her like living snakes. The stepmother raised the knife. The moment the blade touched Amara's hair, a violent wind exploded through the house. Windows shattered instantly. People screamed. The stepmother was thrown across the room. The knife flew from her hand. Then Amara slowly stood up. But it was no longer Amara speaking. A deep voice came from inside her throat. "I belong to this body." Everyone froze in terror. "Nobody will take me out." The ground shook violently. Amara's hair began floating through the air. The candles inside the house blew out. Darkness swallowed everything. Villagers ran outside screaming. Then they heard Amara laughing. Not like a child, like something ancient. That night nobody slept. The next morning Amara was gone. Her room was empty. The windows were open. Long wet strands of hair stretched from the house toward the forest. The villagers followed the trail carefully. It led all the way back to the forbidden river. But Amara was nowhere to be found. Only her footprints remained beside the water. And slowly, those footprints disappeared into the river itself. After that day, nobody ever saw Amara again. But sometimes during market days, villagers claimed they saw a girl standing beside the river. A girl with extremely long hair covering her face. Some people said they heard her crying. Others claimed they heard her laughing. Parents began warning their children never to go near the forbidden river. Generation after generation, the story survived. Even now, the elders still say, if you hear someone calling your name near the river, don't answer. And if you enjoyed this terrifying legend, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below if you would ever dare visit the Forbidden River at night.